So today up for review is this intelamp solar street light. Now I have several different kinds of solar outdoor lamps like this, so I'm interested to see how this differs in quality. I picked this up off of Amazon. So mounting instructions are pretty standard. So is the hardware. Almost all of them come with the same kind of hardware. Now, one thing I noticed, these screws are a lot better than what I get with a lot of the other ones. And this box has some weight to it. And immediately I see why. They actually went with steel, which is a huge upgrade over what most of the other ones do. Actually, all my other ones were like really thin, like aluminum. You got a waterproof connector, so the solar panel isn't built onto the back of the light like a lot of them are. This feels, so the cover is plastic, but the chassis is a different kind of plastic. It's like a more dense plastic. Has the two motion detection things here, and then your little wireless antenna that's kind of haphazardly hanging out. And then the panels themselves, solar light artist. Okay, sure. So there's the light itself. Looks like comes with some batteries for the remote. Here's the remote. The remote is nicer too than what I usually get. Usually I get one of those little cheap flat membrane kind of remotes, kind of like these. This is a lot better. It's also labeled. A lot of the other ones aren't even labeled. Huh. I like that. That's pretty neat. I'm actually going to go ahead and put the batteries in, because if it's like most of them, it should have a charge out of the box, and I might be able to test it real quick. And I'm assuming the panel is the same size as the box. If it is, then I have pretty high hopes for this one, because it may be more legitimate than a lot of the other ones as far as its runtime and everything. Steel as well. The panel here, that bracket's steel as well. We have our panel. Let's get this box out of the way. So immediately I like the panel. It doesn't have that like almost rubber plasticky kind of coating. It has the hard one that looks like it's going to hold up for a while. So I like that. It looks like it's a 13-watt panel. So let's get it hooked up. And this feels heavy. Out of curiosity, I'm going to try and turn it on. Yep, so it'll turn on without the panel connected. So that's good. And it feels relatively bright. You know, it's really hard to gauge this stuff in the daytime. There's 80% and there's 60. I can almost hard tell the difference. You have lighting mode, so there's dim, and it should get bright with motion. Sense mode on and off, timers, and on and off. It kind of fades in, fades out when you do the on and off, which is neat. I really like the size of the panel and the weight of the light, which kind of tells me it should have some really good capacity. I think what I'm going to do, for one, I'm going to put this in some UV light and see if there's any kind of charge indicator, which immediately I think there is right here. See a green light flashing right there, so that's good. So you can just, you know, briefly walk by it in the daytime. You can kind of tell it does charge and that you're not having any issues. It's just Phillips screws. I could take this apart and look at the battery and see if it has a gasket. I don't think it needs a gasket just because of the way it's been designed. It should be pretty hard for water to get in here. But I'm always paying attention to see if something's properly sealed that's going to be outside. So it's important. Screwdriver. Screws aren't hard to take out, but they are torqued down, not loose. quality control seems okay. It does have a weeping hole here. Let's see if this comes apart easily. Okay, so the back came off. And then dump the screws. So here's your back. So if water gets under here, it goes through a weeping hole. Interesting design. I guess they were just trying to save on material, maybe? I'm not sure. I can tell that this is maybe a different kind of plastic. Maybe it's cheaper to mold than this kind. But let's see if we can get this out of here. Hopefully I'm not missing a screw somewhere. The lenses are loose, so they're not screwed down or anything. Let's see if I can't pop this out of here. Alright, so here's what we got. Now that, my friend, is a battery. 40 watt hour, 3.2 volts, 12,500 milliamp hours. That is a freaking battery. So they are not joking around. Most of these, if you don't know, they usually have an 18650 or something. Also, this is real glass. The lens is glass. It's a nice touch, even though I'm going to get them all dirty. Now, you know, all this stuff being loose, the panels are screwed, but, you know, motion detectors is kind of thrown in there. It's not the greatest, but I think I can deal with it for the price and what it has to offer. Speaking of, we need to check the current price. So it does have a little bit of retention in here for the lens and stuff, but it ain't much. It's just enough to get it assembled. But it ain't like you're riding down the road with this thing or something. It's just going to be mounted and stationary. And make sure that these are in place. They also have just enough, a little bit of retention to assemble it. Oh, turned on me. And then let's fish this antenna back through here. But so far this is looking pretty good. I mean, you never know what you're getting with these solar lamps. I mean, the quality, fit, and finish is all over the place with these things usually. So let's turn it back off. Glad it came with a charge. Glad it has these glass lenses. Overall, I like the design. I can tell it's still a little bit cost effective, you know, but it's they got a serious battery in there. And I'm almost certain that out of all of my lights, this one has probably got the biggest battery so far I've seen. I'm going to go and check the current price on Amazon and share some more information here. Just have to get to the listing. So I paid 60 bucks. Now keep in mind, 30 to 50 is kind of what they cost anyway. But here's the current listing, and it's intelamp. Looks like they have their own brand and store. No ratings yet, so mine will be the first. But it seems like a pretty good product. Like they actually tried it, you know, tried to make a good product. So that's good.